Madonna's on it still, bro.
Yo, whatever she been doing with her life,
You
don't
see what
even
she
matter.
kissed
I'm
Drake,
telling you, this
you
guy's
see what she
winning.
kissed Drake
He's not
unannounced? And it looked like Drake was disgusted.
Because Drake already has money. He's like, what's wrong with this guy, bro?
Yo,
what's wrong with this guy?
You know what? That's exactly it. He didn't know about no breast thing. He was like, what? This is $1 million mouth.
Fine, the man got cheese. Like, I have options. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I can fly around the world whenever I want. Why are you kissing
This
me?
man's like,
This guy's like, yo, whenever you're ready.
And we're back. Your boy X, RPMX on everything social.
Castro Nero 88 on Instagram.
Money Mitch, 54X Mitch on Instagram.
And we're on Common Sense. Welcome back. So, man, according to the internet, it's been debated whether or not it's weird for men to celebrate their birthdays.
There's a debate on this?
Yes, there is.
I saw a post on
Now, hold on.
Click it.
I'm going to pull up the post just because of the, so I can properly cite what's being said and what's being debated right now. All right, man, I'm ready. Right there. Oh, right there. Oh, I don't even like that. Boom. We're going to just throw it up on the screen. Happens. You got to celebrate a birthday or two. 50 Cent comes on.
That's crazy, though.
All right. Make timeless music. It happens. So, boom. People, is it frowned upon for men to celebrate their birthdays? Now, you know what the worst part about this is? And at first? So, this is the tweet that went viral, right? I guess it says, I find it really weird when grown men calibrate their birthday. Now, obviously they meant celebrate, but the tweet went viral saying calibrate. See?
I like that.
Yeah. Anyhow, nonetheless, it sparked a debate. Is it feminine for men to celebrate their birthdays? Or is it weird, frowned upon, feminine? What's your take on it before I go to the comment section?
No. Like, it's a birthday. It's not that big of a deal, bro.
Yeah,
if you want to enjoy your birthday, like, all holidays could be essentially pointless if you really want to reduce it to like a logical standpoint. Like, what's the point in celebrating anything? You know, at least like once a year, like, I got a year older. Just a reason to like link up with your brethrens, enjoy the day. I don't know. I don't think there's a problem with that.
You feel like it's a feminine trait for a man to celebrate his birthday?
No, I just think that it's 2025, and how the hell is this even being a topic?
So is there a certain point in which, because I hear that, like, you know, people say after a certain point, like, like it doesn't really matter, like it's just another day. I actually hear a lot of people themselves say they don't, like, personally, like, they don't care, you know, they don't make their birthday a big deal as they age or as they get older in life. Is there a cutoff age where celebration becomes null and void?
No, I think you should enjoy your life, and if that's how you want to celebrate life, then you go ahead and party and do whatever you feel like doing. I don't even really go that hard for my birthday. Like, last couple of years, I'm going to go out to get something to eat with the man, or might just kick it, like, at the crib, like, not even really doing nothing.
So wouldn't that...
I don't really care, but I'm not going to steal nobody else's fun and tell them that they shouldn't go celebrate their birthday.
So on the birthdays where you're just kicking that at the crib with no type of celebration, did you feel extra masculine that year?
Yeah, my beard got thicker, you know? Yeah, shoulders got bigger and shit. Like, I don't know, bro.
Your chest started tickling from the hair sprouting?
Yeah, I put some hair on my chest to not celebrate my birthday, apparently.
So I'm sad.
Have you ever not celebrated a birthday?
Yeah. But, like, I was in the best situation when that happened.
Oh, okay.
But even in that time, it's like, shit, I still try to do something. Like, whatever I deem as celebration is my celebration. I'll do whatever I want to do. I could, like, read a book, and that's how I celebrate, you know? So, I don't know. Like, do whatever you want. I don't think you should be frowned upon. That's kind of weird.
I like to hear his perspective on it. Like, the person who said it, Jake Shields. Like,
well, like, you know what's crazy?
Calibrates his birthday, though.
I
like that he made a
say.
mistake while casting judgments. Like, that was my favorite part.
I was gonna say, like, his whole validity and his opinion. Like, I can care less about his opinion if you're making spelling mistakes like this. So brace. Like, you're making a bold claim with a spelling mistake.
Aside from the spelling mistake, I just want to know, like, what made you think of this? Well, you see a man celebrating his birthday, like, oh, I'm gonna go to the club or whatever, and you're like, this guy's a lame. Like, what goes through your mind? Like, he's not a real man. Like, I want to know what's the logic behind what you're saying.
I think I'm bothered about the way he misspelled the word. See if it was like celibate a birthday or something, like I could see where it fucked up, maybe a typo. Man, put calibrated. Calibrate's crazy, but yeah, I feel you.
I think like he knew it would do its job.
Nah, you're giving people too
I
much
don't
credit.
think if that's the real Jake Shields, he's an MMA fighter. He doesn't really seem like a funny guy. He doesn't.
He got hit.
He
a
doesn't
couple
seem like
times.
he tells too many jokes.
He got hit a couple times. He couldn't remember.
Whatever the reason, I don't think he would have did it to like troll. I don't think like he just doesn't seem like that kind of person, you know. So he probably just didn't realize.
He
that
don't celebrate
fucked
his
up.
birthday. It's not manly enough for him.
Nah, manly enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
Moving forward.
He
Oh,
needs a gal.
I mean, you could. Huh, where is it? Well, I'm trying to find some. Oh, yo, I'm moving forward. Did the man them see Madonna's Antics?
Madonna's been in Jamaica though. I'm not gonna lie. She's been in Jamaica.
So Madonna's out here celebrating with her 29-year-old boyfriend's birthday. She's over there winding up herself and enjoying herself.
Is he Jamaican?
He's Jamaican.
Yo, I love this, bro.
Yeah,
I love this.
He
Fam, this guy looks like to the man, like he won the World Cup, you know. What?
Sure.
Championship, what do you mean?
Ack Morris. All I can say is thank you, wifey. Thank you to everyone who came out and celebrated
With the
me.
public appreciation.
Fam.
Thank you to everyone who came out to celebrate with me last night. Thank you for those who worked behind the scenes to create such an unforgettable vibe. It meant so much to have the people there I love and respect all in one room. It was a special night, and the energy in the room was nothing but love. Blessings to YG Marley for the performance. I'm not gonna lie, she's a vampire still.
Yeah, she looks like
Nah, you guys are looking at the wrong thing, fam. He won, fam.
I know this.
Yo, celebrate this guy.
They
bro. What are you
both won.
talking
They
about?
both-
There's a lot of things going on here that I don't.
Man, yo.
you got that Get Out take on it, eh?
No, like I know she's up to no good, but I know that he's up to no good as well, right?
He's
Like,
up to Jamaican no good though.
He's
That's
up
different.
to nothing but excellence right now. What are you talking
Yeah.
about? He's got the top tier bops. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. The whole
What?
family got land.
I mean,
There's man here in Toronto with extra large things. You get what I'm saying? Trying to hold down some citizenship, bro. This guy got Madonna. Like, fam, he won.
He did.
That's all I
that he
see it
did.
as.
That he did. Well, congratulations to that young gentleman.
Yeah. Give him his
I'm
flowers
not
still.
allowed.
Big
Yo,
up
Yo,
yourself.
Madonna's
What's
been
this
doing
guy's
this
name?
though. Like,
Ack Morris.
What?
Ack Morris,
Ackmores?
AKK Morris. That's what it says on the name. So that's
Ackmores, yeah. Big up yourself, man.
you did it. You did it.
Yeah.
The family's proud of you.
see
you know
what
what's
you're
crazy?
doing.
Like I feel you, but like yo, as a people, yo, Caribbean man, yo, Jamaican specifically, yo, we need to do better, fam. This cat, like yo,
He did nothing wrong.
slanging a hood on older white things should not be the way
did
up.
nothing wrong.
Listen,
Shut up for a second. There's so much wrong. I don't even care. I'm talking
What
to
do you do wrong?
fam. I'm just talking about as a people, like you know, like one of
He
the
got chopped.
but he got taken advantage of, and he's okay with it.
How's he getting?
Dog, he's a
Hold
big man.
on,
Yeah.
what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
he's a big man making
know what
his
it is?
decisions.
Who's getting taken advantage of right here?
I just feel like Madonna's up to no good, bro.
Doesn't matter what she's up
Madonna's
to.
a
This guy-
big woman, eh?
So
And he's a big
man.
man. What are you talking about?
He's a Jamaican man, okay?
Yeah, he's
Can't
a
help
big
himself.
fan.
But he
He's
does it-
proud of what he's doing. The whole hood is rooting for this guy. What are you
I know.
talking about?
Fam, I hear what you're
What?
saying, but I'm just saying.
Fam, there's niggas in y'all talking about, yo, it's my brethren, you know. Like, yeah, fam.
Just seen him by the store.
Yeah,
I don't know. Big up
From here, fam. Yo, if he can do it, we can do it, bro.
Facts.
No,
What?
I respect what's going on, but not really. Big up the man because you know he
So what if she's cooking jerk chicken? And
You know
drink
she's
now?
not, bro.
You don't know that,
Bro,
She's
she-
over there whining herself. She look like she
you know
got
she
more
can only whine
Nah,
like
y'all
that.
man are
'cause
influential, you know.
I'm not gonna lie to you. She can only whine like that because she's on the adrenochrome and things, bro. Like I don't know. I tell you, I feel like she's a vampire. Madonna's been up to some things, and people have come out with books and all type of nonsense. But yo, Madonna's on it still, bro.
Yo, whatever she been doing with her life,
You ain't see
don't
what she
even
kissed
matter. I'm
Drake,
telling
fam?
you, this
You ain't
guy's
see what she
winning.
kissed
He's
Drake
not
unannounced,
losing.
and Drake and look like Drake was disgusted.
Because Drake already has money. He's like, what's wrong with this guy, bro?
Yo,
What's wrong with this
You know
guy?
what? That's exactly it. He
He's
didn't.
like-
He didn't know about no breast
Man's
thing.
like,
He was
bitch,
like, what? This is $1 million mouth.
Fam, the man got cheese. Like, I have options. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I can fly around the world whenever I want. Why you kissing
This
me?
man's like,
She was-
This
what?
guy's like, yo, whenever you're ready.
She was over there.
What you talking about?
She was there. I was trying to steal some souls, bro. Anyhow, congratulations.
He's been talking about breed me.
You think you think he's trying to breed it?
That would be the. That's the-
I would assume that would be like.
Come on, bro.
the goal. Now, I don't know if it's possible. This
Yeah, factory might
is
be
pretty
closed.
old woman. Like, I don't think like.
McDonald's got those vintage old eggs that are in the fridge, man. She good.
What?
Yo, I'm so thrown off.
She froze her ex, bro.
Yo, that's crazy. All right. Shit.
They're
well,
just vintage.
I didn't even think of that. You know what? She got money. Maybe she's doing some shit like that. I don't know.
This guy just
But
telling a girl she's a vampire. She trying to
if
just take
them
the man's
two pop
youth.
out with a youth, fam, it's nothing but victory for this guy, fam.
I'm not like, yo, buddy, that youth's gonna be like well mature upon birth, eh?
He's also going to be well rich. Life started different for him. He didn't have to walk barefoot.
Like I guess, yeah, man. You know, big up. I need to know more about this young
Fam,
gentleman.
they have far less wealthy,
Yes, I know.
equally old or unattractive,
All
whatever
I'm saying
bad
is
things
they
you want to use to
shouldn't-
describe her, women from all over Europe going to Yad right now, offering a lot less than her.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing all right.
Come on.
Does that look like a victim to you? I just want to know.
Does
Does this look like a cry for help?
They're all bigging up his jersey, number 33.
I told you they're
there.
proud of this guy, fam. He's not understanding what's going on, bro.
And he's Jamaican. Your fellow brother made it. Are you crazy? You should be
Nah,
could
he's not
judge
understanding what's going
I
on.
could judge these niggas. What you talking about? Hold on, let me see what else I got here. Okay. I was watching this guy debate with people. And it was pretty, I don't know if it was controversial, but yo, pardon me? Yeah, Charlie Kirk. I forgot his name. I'm looking at him like, why does this nigga look like an Eric? It's Charlie Kirk. See? Yeah. He just upsets people with his opinions all the time, right? But he's over there
Yeah,
just
he's
trying
a
to be
Christian
overly
conservative guy that goes around debating people on YouTube.
And so he was debating these young black people about black people things. And I wanted to see the Mandem's opinion on his stance because we want the Mandem are black people. See? We're going to click the video and watch through.
In a way that white culture cannot. For example, black people can go up and say that there's a baby mama problem in black America, and white people are not allowed to say that. Oh, I just did. So what are you gonna do, cancel me? Black people are allowed to say,
I'm a grown man, I got way too
black
much to
people
worry
are allowed
about.
to say that there is a systemic fraud issue within the PP loan application in black America. Black people are much easier to be able to say that black individuals, despite being 13% of the American population, commit 55% of the murders. Most white people say that at a job, they would get fired for being a racist. I don't care because I say whatever I want. So black individuals have much more intellectual public freedom than white people do. If a white person were to come up and say, you know, black America really needs to get its act together and stop sleeping around all the time, and it needs to actually have
Why would you?
because
just walk
it's
up and,
true.
But
Because
Yo.
just walk up to someone and talk and attack their culture from the outside.
Well, hold
You
on,
can't
because
talk about someone.
hold on. Let's look at the evidence. You said to myself, you said there's all these people suffering in Chicago. There's all these people that are terrible. I'm telling you why. It's because there's been bad decisions that have been institutionalized. Let me finish. And rap artists and athletes and people at the top level of black society that refuse to ever challenge the core rot in black America, which is that they are allowing degeneracy and hedonism to eat the soul of what once was a beautiful black culture, and instead they go around saying it's the boogeyman of racism, the white man is out to get you, and the result is black America is doing worse than it was in the 1960s. That is the contention, period.
It's not just, it's a culture. It's so much deeper than the present day we are in. I don't know why you're pretending like it just doesn't matter.
What doesn't matter? You mean things that happen? Again, I've been through this multiple times. Let me just ask you
But
one.
you're not listening to understand.
No,
you're listening to reply.
No, I'm doing both actually, and so. But let me just ask one final question, right? Which is that you have your entire future ahead of you. When you are hired for a job, would you rather be hired because of your race or because of how qualified you are?
It doesn't boil down to just that.
That's what DEI is, man.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
it
it's
is
not.
definitionally the
They're
hiring
not
of
just
people.
They're not just gonna immediately see. They're
You
gonna
get extra points if you're black with DEI. That's how it works. Racial quotas elevate people based on the color of their
So
skin.
do you think I got extra points to come here?
I don't know. You said you were qualified, but affirmative action was institutionalized in Harvard and in Texas and a lot of other places. We know this. So I again, TU, we don't like them, right? So, but again, I just want to I want to just repeat this point. Where can I go to work that you can't?
It's not just that.
Exactly. There is nothing that is preventing black people from prospering. Nothing. The only thing is that you guys have been hypnotized to be victims of your own mind, to think as if there's a white person out to get you.
What do the Mandem think? Feel.
Most of what he said was true. Pretty much all of what he said was true. The only difference is when it comes to white people being critical of things that black people do. there's just been a history of them unfairly judging people. So it's like, instead of simply stating that, oh, these things exist within the culture, it's like, no, I'm going to cast it on all of you.
Right.
You know? Like, I'm going to paint a picture of all of you people based on the negative stereotypes that are perpetuated by a few of you people. And then that's used to like vilify black people and make us look like we're all part of the stereotype, you know?
Well, he's saying by like a part of it was by and large like the people and like the celebrity and the affluent people within our culture. Are
No, I'm responding to when he said that like a white person couldn't say something that is objectively true about black people without being called a racist. And I agree that right now it is kind of this case where if they're critical of black people, even if it's true, people will call them racist.
Yeah.
But it's also because there's been a history of you guys being racist and being discriminatory without any justifiable reason. So both things exist. So there has to be some kind of common ground. Like maybe if your community members, not everybody, of your community would stop doing that, you know, and then also members of the black community stop just calling everybody racist when you don't like what they have to say. I think both parties need to work on that aspect of it, and then there could be better like communication. You know?
So you wanted to like what? So I think the young black youth was trying to say in even the things like, even though it may be the present, like even though the status of the present day situation may be more aligned with what Charlie Kirk is saying in terms of opportunity being available to a bunch of people, that doesn't like, I think the black kid is saying basically, yo, that doesn't negate the history about like how we've spent our time in America, or like I guess North America, because that's what they're, or yeah, it'd be the Americas. Yeah, history of America, right? Whereas like the historic, like the historic timeline plays a factor into why people are subject to the circumstances and living conditions that they are, right? Like they weren't. And I think that to simply overlook it and say, well, it's not like that no more, I think that's where it's almost like, I don't want to say inconsiderate, maybe insensitive, perhaps, to the, to an aspect of that reality, bro. Because like he will never understand the struggle, like the social struggles of even being a black person. Meanwhile, it's easy to statistically say that, well, companies have to hire a black person. Well, why do they have the DEI, right? It's because they were not being hired beforehand. It's because the system, and like a lot of these systems or structures were founded with the what's the word? Fuck, I'm fucking drawing a blank. My bad words. They're prejudiced, not prejudiced. What's the word when you exclude somebody?
Discrimination.
Fuck it, we'll use that, whatever. They're largely discriminatory to racial minorities. And so now as a result of this, they're saying, well, this is not like, this is not representative of society in its whole, and we need to like, basically the workplace needs to reflect society a little bit more in a balanced structure, right? So now you have all these initiatives and efforts to make sure that the workplace is diverse. You want to hire some gay people, you want to hire some black people, you want to hire some racial minorities. Like now there's that, but it was not traditionally like that. A lot of these structures were founded in traditional white culture. Like, I don't know, fuck, it is white business, bro. A lot of like law firms, a lot of like corporate structures, there weren't a lot of racial minorities within these places.
Yeah, there was a lot more discrimination previously, and so it was harder for minorities to get access to some of these jobs or even to attend some of these schools. And so they had to implement affirmative action. I think now it's called DEI. I don't know if they're the same thing or if they've changed, but it's basically it's supposed to serve the same purpose, you know? So what your position is that like that shit should be there?
No, I'm just saying, so like the part of the reason his arguments or his points come up is because it like downplays or doesn't acknowledge any kind of like, all right, like it basically says the playing field is level when it's not on the level. Like the history of like even why we're here is not the same. Like
It's fuck. It's like my answer will be kind of like the same on all points, where it's like both of you guys are on the extreme end of things. And to be fair, the black kid didn't really say much.
He didn't say anything, but I kind of see what he was trying to hint at.
I'm assuming his position based on the way that Charlie's speaking, because this is obviously, they were already talking before this video started. So I'm going to assume that all of the kids' positions are the opposite of Charlie's positions for the sake of just analyzing it. So if that were the case.
Well, all he was saying, the kid basically would look like he was saying, yo, it's not so black and white. It's not just like fucking.
You can't ignore racism.
Like you can't ignore this, even the social experience that black people go through in America.
It would have been better if I heard more from him.
Yeah,
instead of me having to like just sit here and assume what his position would have been, because like
but Charlie was over there just.
So now I'm basically like responding to like what just Charlie's saying, you know. And on the opposite end of that, it's like they're both kind of extreme, right? So it's like for you to not acknowledge that racism exists and it plays a part in how people are able to navigate life is ignorant.
Yeah.
There's obviously a majority group that hold the majority power in this place, and they have had a history of discriminating against this other smaller group of people. So it's pretty illogical for you to sit there and say that even today, even though things have advanced, that this doesn't exist anymore at all.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Especially when it's like, yo,
not
you
realistic.
trace it back. Someone's great grandparents were probably slaves. You know what I'm trying to say?
And a lot of the mentality that would have kept people in those positions then, it still exists within people now. They're just now we have advanced to the point where maybe they cannot, enact on it. You can't just go up and say or do certain things to people without repercussion, But on the same point, it's like it's not as bad as it was before.
Yeah, but that's what
And
you're saying,
so-
as bad. It's not equal.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
I didn't say that it was. So I made that entire beginning statement to just point out that it's not equal. But it still doesn't justify some black people sitting there and complaining as if there's nothing you can do for yourself. If that were the opposing point, right? The kid didn't speak, so I'm responding to basically how Charlie was describing things,
Basically.
There are a lot of black people who sit there and make it seem like they can't do anything for themselves because of the discrimination. And no, that's also, but like both opinions are extreme. Both of them are not fully logical or realistic.
What about you, cuz? What do you be feeling about this?
No, I definitely feel like how he's talking is that he doesn't, because it's not his history, he doesn't care to understand it. So when he's talking, it's not, I don't know, like I get what he's saying. I get, like, there are some people out here who are, they're making excuses and they're lazy, but that's not everybody. But sometimes, when you're doing your best, you still get looked at as, oh, you're just a black guy coming from this neighborhood. It does happen. We do have racial stuff that goes against us, and that he'll never understand. It doesn't matter sometimes it doesn't even matter how qualified you are. It does play a part sometimes, but like he'll never know that. So I don't know. I look at it like, they both, I didn't know what the kid said. I'm just going off.
Yeah, that's the part.
Like, I don't know what the kid said.
We're basically just here assuming, But I just think shit's not as bad as it used to be. So, like, there's still a lot of opportunities for people from anywhere to go and make something of themselves, especially in a place like America. But there's still racism.
Yeah,
like
that's
it
all I
doesn't
can
mean
say.
it goes away.
That's all I can really say. Like,
and realistically, racism is more than just like black and white people. Like if you look at other places in the world,
there's still racist.
There's
towards us
other,
too.
well, above even just the black thing, right? Like there's other countries in the world where they're in the same country, but there's different cultures of people within that country. Like places like Sudan or even in India. Like not like Indian is like almost like a blanket term for all the different people. You have Sikhs, you have Punjabis, you have Muslim Indians. And these people don't all necessarily they have an Indian identity, but they have a different culture, a different background, And then throughout history, there's always been conflict between
Internal
groups of
racism.
people. And if there's one group of people that is the majority, either they have the most number of people or they have the most money and power, like they're going to discriminate against the smaller group. They're going to make things in their favor. They're going to own all the valuable resources and hold all the jobs and access to higher education. And they're going to prioritize their own people first. And it doesn't matter what race of people it is. It seems like you go around the world, like that shit is happening. So in a country like America where white people are still like 60% of the population?
They're the power structure.
For you to just sit there and say that none of that is going to happen is crazy. That doesn't make sense.
It's ignorant. It is ignorant. Moving forward. Paul Pierce has some questionable takes about marriage. We're going to watch 2 minutes and understand why. And then let's see if we agree. I haven't watched it before
I
either.
watched some of this shit.
Was it valid?
I watched a little.
I watched the clips. I don't know which one you're about to show.
Oh, okay.
I didn't watch the entire conversation, but he said some shit.
This is the 2 minute conversation. Am I linked up? Boom. Let's get her.
Because I feel like every relationship shouldn't be based off sex, but every relationship is based off of that.
I don't think so.
100%. You can't tell me nothing different. This is what I feel. That's why I'll never be in another relationship, because it's always based off of that.
So you're not going to be in another relationship?
Hell no. For what? Because it's going to be based off of sex. Once that wear down, you're going to go find somebody else that's better. Yeah. It ain't gonna be based off of. This is the thing, and listen carefully.
I'm
listen
listening.
carefully.
I'm listening.
Relationships. Let me tell you what marriage is all about. Or let me tell you what marriage is, and who's marriage for. Marriage is for old people and poor people.
Okay, so let's get into that. Why?
Because when you broke, our parents, like my moms and all them, they married on a merit of like, okay, we're gonna put our incomes together, have all these kids, and then when our kids, we're gonna have 5, 10 kids back in the 60s, all them, they're gonna have 5, 10 kids so they can work and bring income.
Yeah.
So you poor. So you married for that. And now when you get old, somebody that to be by your side to take care of you. Right now, my mom got married. My mom never been married in my lifetime. She got married when she was 70.
Wow.
It was perfect. She had somebody by her side the whole way through.
So do you...
I really believe that. Like, that's what, like, outside of that, it's no advantage to a man. Why is marriage an advantage? What advantage, what does it do for a man when things go south? Like, we gonna have to give up half our this, pay child support, but it's only advantageous to a woman. Like, it's real talk.
But what if you meet a woman and you're like, wow, she's a gem, she's valuable, she's everything, and I want to lock her down in marriage?
I don't want to lock no woman down. We could be cool.
So you're telling me right now today,
you
on January 4th, you do not want to be in a relationship ever again?
I don't think it's realistic long term until I turn 70.
Jeez.
I am done. I've never been more done.
He's trying to play the field
right now until I turn 70.
He's hurting still.
Realistic part I see is because we both old. We ain't out in the streets. We at home watching TV. You gonna take me to the hospital. I'm gonna take you to the hospital. That's it.
He's got like a warped perspective a little bit.
It's dark over there.
Too cracking right
Yeah, Shorty heard him.
Is it because you feel like you
What I need to do all that for?
Okay,
I watched a clip. It was from a different part of the conversation, but it touched on piece of that.
With the happiness one? With the you can't be happy with a woman? Or a woman can't bring you happiness or something like that? I seen that one.
A woman can't bring you peace.
Yeah, a woman can't bring you peace.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
So go ahead. What'd you uncover in your findings?
Yo, the man, I'm not like, he sounds hurt still. He sounds like things didn't go his way, and now this is the perspective he's like defaulted to, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't seem realistic.
So it sounds like Shorty heard him off of sex.
He said a couple of things in the part that I watched that I was like, don't really line up with my logic, you know? So one, he was talking something about one, a girl cheated on him.
So it sounds like.
So that's why he's like, oh, relationship is always about sex, you know? Mm-hmm. And then he said something about like buying a girl, like, I don't remember the whole point, but he basically said he spent a bunch of money on one girl and she was never satisfied. And then he spent less money, but still a lot of money on another girl, and she was so grateful for it. And it was like, he's like, this girl, I gotta buy her a Bentley. This girl, I just gotta pay her rent. So obviously she loves me more. As he was like making that point, I'm just like, yo, why are you paying people's rent? Like, your life is fucked up. Why you keep paying for your relationships? Like, all your situations sound transactional. Like, I don't want to misquote him because there's more that he said and I can't remember. But in summary, I'm like, bro, all your relationships are transactional, and you just favor the one that costs you less money. But it wasn't that she like was there for you genuinely. Both of them still had a financial incentive to talk to you, and because this guy's like, he'd been in the NBA. And then from college, you're a popular athlete. Then you go to the NBA. Women are just waiting for you. You know, you don't have to have game and charisma or understanding of women.
It's like, you know, they're waiting for, like, the way he's phrased it. It's like they're waiting for him in an advantageous sense, where it's like, yo, they're just looking at, like, it looks like he's like, they don't really like me for me.
Yeah, but I feel like, he got what he put out.
Like, but it's because he doesn't value himself.
Yeah, but he got what he put out. It's like, bro, you come on, like. You made the girls act like this to, like, you didn't have to do any of this. They didn't force you. You did this because you did. This is your world. This is your version of game. Like, this is his version of his game. Like, that's his game.
Yeah, because he doesn't really understand. Like,
well, you know what it is too, guys. So it just seems, because people grow older, but they don't always grow wiser in certain aspects of things. And it seems like there's a disassociation from like the actual awareness of like himself, and then the way he's navigating relationships. He's using it like, yo, I have all, like, we don't just live in the material, right? And so using your material, your resources as a just strictly the only means to establish interactions with humans, it's gonna be kind of an empty and soul, like empty and there's not much substance to it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So if like all your relationships, like you're saying, are transactional, like, oh, this woman loves me because I buy her a car. This woman likes me because as soon as you stop doing, like, nobody likes you for you. It's just what it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
And I think even the whole mindset of like, oh, marriage is just for poor people and what do you say? Marriage is for poor people and old people. I think that's a skewed mindset because you got to take in like society. You can't just, it's awesome that you've made it to the success that you have. But then you also have to take into account and be aware that you are an anomaly in a society full of fucking regular average people. So to just say that like, oh, it's just for poor people, it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of just shitting on everything in an ignorant light though.
I think he couldn't.
I don't even think he meant it in an insulting fashion towards other people.
No, but it comes off as ignorant.
I don't think he can tell.
I guess maybe because I watched more of it. I just had a different interpretation of what he was saying.
I just watched his 2-minute clip.
He sounds like women when they say, I don't need a man.
Yeah,
he just sounds like them. Like,
not being
you got your
truthful.
feelings hurt. The girl cheated on you. You think that all that a woman would use you for is sexual pleasure and monetary gain. And when they can find somebody else to provide that for them, they'll just go there. Like, that's basically how he described it, you know?
Because I even see it, like it's a common trend in the male podcast like realm, or like when you see a lot of these guys talking about like what does a woman bring to the table type of arguments in these podcasts, right? And like, if you're solely looking out of a relationship of what do I gain out of this, like this has to benefit me tenfold or else I'm not doing this. Like, I get it. Like I get the idea, I get the mindset, but it seems kind of skewed because life doesn't operate like that.
There's no value.
Nothing's going to be fucking like.
There's no value being placed on the genuine connection between the two parties.
Exactly, and if we're just looking at it like, what do I gain monetarily? What do I gain fucking sexually?
What does she gain?
Or what do I gain fucking more than this? Like, and if you want to quit, because more than often, a lot of the men on these podcasts are saying, well, I provide everything. I provide like more so of the common life necessities, like the financial aspect to it. And realistically, like, once you cover the financial aspect, what else do people really stress about? What else do people really like? Yeah. Like that's kind of where we gathered in society. Oh, people want to pay their bills. People want to have money for buying shit, right? Once you conquer that, now you're just like, oh, everybody wants my things. Like, that's what you think now? Like, it's so crazy. I just feel like
I would say, like, hey, back to like Paul Pierce, I'm gonna assume that like within his own like capabilities, he probably wasn't very successful with women. I feel like the women that were attracted to him was when he became successful with basketball. Yeah. And that could have even been from like high school because they know like, oh, this guy's going to the league. Now you start getting attention.
Well, like you said, you're a popular
But then when you start
athlete.
having there's probably experiences that he had where it's like, there's girls who are not impressed with your fucking basketball skills, and now you have no power. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Or the same girls that were so impressed with your basketball skills, they want something from you.
Those were the girls you should have went for the first one.
But he didn't have the confidence to step to it because he's like, he goes to talk to her, and he's not getting the same reception that he gets from the other girls, and he doesn't understand why. So he probably just like, whatever. And then you'll talk to the girls that are there, like, pursuing him, only to find out that they really just wanted opportunity from you.
I think he doesn't know the boundaries between lust and love.
I can't even. You have to understand though. This is his experience, and he's had a very exemplary experience. Like, fam, he hasn't been a regular person navigating the dating market. I'm assuming for a longer portion of his life.
Yeah, but he's in control of the navigation.
Nah, but
he is in control of the navigation. But I think he's doing this from a very ignorant.
He is elevated standpoint. Like what? Like it's like
he has a very elevated status, but very little knowledge about like the people he's interacting with.
So Shorty probably heard him Shorty probably heard him at his highest.
I can't even see. I don't know where you're going with that.
I'm just saying because it's like, if once you get hurt at your highest, there's nothing like you're already at your biggest. Like now you that makes you lose your confidence.
I just feel like in the situation presented, I think he was just unappreciated in the sense of like, he's basically saying, all this relationship was sex. You know what I'm saying?
Sex or money.
All of his previous relationships.
As soon as and then he reiterated that as soon as like she got bored of the sex, you're gonna off to find someone better. Right? That's like, that was his complaint, like from what I heard. You know what I'm saying?
That, or they want something from him monetarily. You know what I mean? And they're like almost never satisfied when they get it, kind of.
So
thing.
they look at him as like he's a resource.
He's
a
trick. So he's describing a scenario where it's like he's never experienced a relationship where he felt like the two parties were genuinely interested in each other. It was always like for something physical or something transactional, and not anything that's gonna like
a reciprocal loving
anything
experience.
unique realistically, because you could get sex from another person, you can get money from another person, but the connection that these two people have can't be replaced. Like you can't replace your brethrens. You know what I mean? Like, or somebody that you're like, even if you had a dog and your dog died, you could get another dog, but you can't replace that dog.
It's not that nigga, bro.
It's not the same thing. You get what I'm saying? So it sounds like he's never had like a woman who felt that way about him.
Yeah, he's never got
Also,
love.
He's always felt replaceable.
But it also sounds like,
which is kind of hard when you're that rich.
He also
but,
sounds like he's taking after a certain like pages from his mother. Because look, she married at 70, so he's
I can't say taking after. I'm saying like
I'm just saying
even even in lieu of that, though, I like.
What do you mean by that?
Because he's looking at life like, yo, I can't. My mother married for poor, or you married for rich, so there's no in between.
He said his mother got married at 70 years old.
70. Yeah,
his mother, she didn't marry for poor. She got old and then she got married, and he said it was a nice to have somebody accompany her through her elder stages of life.
But that is like,
yeah. So you're saying he's basically following that program.
Yes.
I think that's only as a default to after the failed relationships. I don't think that's a genuine thing.
So he's using that as a justification for what he's saying right now. Like, look, my mom did it, so that's obviously what old people do. So when I get there, I'm gonna do it too.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm enjoying my single life. Like, brother, no, you're not.
He doesn't look happy.
Even your energy is not that of a happy, excited man.
You don't seem fulfilled.
Like, you know who's happy? Well, was happy? Shannon Sharp. Every time you see that guy, he look like he was enjoying the hell out of himself. Maybe too much. I don't know.
Looks different.
You know what I mean? We're going to talk about that. We're talking about before. You know, the Shannon Sharp that we all like to watch, you know, with the big interviews and stuff. You know what I mean? That guy looks like he's enjoying himself. Paul Pierce's energy in that interview looked like he had some shit to get off his chest. It didn't look like he was enjoying.
I think Paul Pierce is still trying to, he's
about.
a big man still trying to find himself.
Yeah, but I don't think the quest to find yourself ever stops, bro. Like, a lot time keeps passing, but people's
I don't even think he started though.
Well, I think what he mean, okay. Yes, you're always going to be discovering new things about the world and where you fit into
level. There's no timeline for the level of depth you've gone within yourself. Basically.
But there is a general timeline for like right
it's
now.
Funny.
You would expect to have a certain amount of awareness about yourself, or like if you're dealing with another adult, you would expect at this age that they would have a certain amount of understanding. I think what he's saying is he doesn't even have that much yet. He's still looking for that part. He isn't even got to that level.
Teach his own. Like, as long as he seems like he's on the path to find, like, he's trying there. He's trying to find it for himself, bro. Like, 'cause I'm not gonna judge that aspect, because I've seen a lot of people, like, people just get older, they don't get smarter. You get what I'm saying? It takes certain shit for them to kind of like,
But how many like do you need until you
like,
get
basically?
Like,
I don't want
to have kids and shit.
When I'm at his,
does he have kids? Do you guys know?
I think so.
Okay, so then he has had
long-standing relationships. But the way he describes it is like as if that shit didn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
He's like, I'll never do it again, which means he doesn't hold much value in what happened.
He has different relationships.
It almost seems like he's just in a constant state of wanting to enjoy himself. And like, part of enjoying yourself is like, he seems probably distracting himself. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're probably just passing time and doing things that feel good in the interim. Maybe not doing the work that is needed to do.
I feel like he'd be happier if he found a woman.
Of course. I feel intrinsically, bro, everybody wants.
He just doesn't believe he's gonna find it.
Everybody wants companionship. Everybody wants to be accepted for who they are. Everybody wants to be loved unconditionally. Yeah. And now, if you were to tell me that, oh no, this like I'm waiting till I'm 70, buddy, you're lying to yourself. You're hurt, and like you said, you're like these bitches that said, I don't need a man. You're fucking lying. Someone hurt your feelings, and now you're being a little cactus. All right, stop it.
Little cactus. Yeah,
you're just being prickly and hard to be around.
Okay. Yeah, have you ever used that in a sentence?
Yo, bro, I've never heard that.
I'm just saying.
I was following everything. Every word, like, yeah, fam. Tell them, bro. Cactus.
Yeah, you ever try to
this guy talking?
You ever try to hug a cactus? Yeah, hug a cactus. It sucks.
I mean, I understand now, but like, I needed to ask.
Yeah, it's fine. I got one more video that kind of relates into the theme of what we're talking about, relationships and intimacy, man.
Throw it up there.
Yeah, we're getting involved. So divorce lawyer speaks on. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get the title for you. Divorce lawyer speaks on sexless marriages. A lack of sex is the most common theme when they end.
Well, I guess so, yeah, if you don't like each other.
32.
What do you do for work?
I'm a divorce lawyer.
How long have you been a divorce attorney?
Since 2016, I've been practicing, and then 2017 officially barred.
Do you think that sexless marriages can work?
No, and 100% every single time. I mostly work for men, so every single time they're in a consult with me, I'm always hearing, I haven't had sex in 10 years, I haven't had sex in 5 years, I haven't had sex in 15 years, and I'm like, here we go again. The sex talk.
Crazy numbers.
So it's like you need to make sure you're doing it 2 to 4 times is ideal.
So a lack of sex in these
2 to 4 times
marriages, the most common thing
Maybe a year,
you're seeing when they end.
according to these statistics.
On those special days.
It's like, all right, well, if you're not into someone or you're disgusted by them and you're pissed off at them, you're not going to be having sex with them, right? Because you're going to be unattracted to them, you're going to be irritated, and you're not going to be into them. So you're not going to be banging them.
So why do you think people stay in these relationships for so long?
I think they stay in it just because it's comfortable and it's easy and it's really hard. This is a marriage is a breakup on steroids. Like if you're going to get a divorce, it's not just like I'm moving my shit out, bye-bye. It's like if there's kids involved, forget about it. It's like your whole life is upended. It's a major decision. Your family's affected. Your life is affected. Half your crap is gone. So it's a little bit tougher than with just a simple breakup.
Do you think that marriage is outdated now?
I don't know about outdated, but it's more acceptable to get divorced, right? Because we're seeing it a lot more. It's not taboo.
Would you say that divorces are initiated most by men or by women?
Women, 90% of the time.
Why is that the case?
I think that they yap with their friends, and I think they get real frustrated where guys are like, I'll get to it tomorrow. And I think the women just get in their heads and they're like, all right, I'm done.
Interesting take. What do the man feel after watching this? Do you agree with her? Well, there's not much to agree or disagree with.
There wasn't much to think about. Nothing that was really new, except
I guess
the beginning part when she said, I haven't had sex in 5 years or 10 years.
How does it get that drastic? I have no idea.
That sounds crazy. Maybe those are the most extreme cases. I find it hard to
No, she said regular. Didn't you hear her just say this is a normal
I
thing?
know, but I'm just like...
Were you just being hopeful?
Yeah, I don't know. That sounded crazy, bro. 10 years and a lot of people... I can understand maybe a few people. A lot of people are coming to you talking about, I haven't had sex in 10 years, bro.
Let this whole year pass?
What kind of life are you living where you don't understand that you and this person don't belong together, bro? 5 years has passed, you haven't touched each other? That's insane.
I feel like a lot of people are passive and don't really strive for what they want. And part of that, what they want means out of their relationships. Like if people are okay just simply having somebody, maybe not the dynamic or the experience that they want to have, or that they truly desire in their core. But they got someone that rates them, and it's okay, good enough. Like, you see, yeah, bro. It's like even when people in a relationship let each other get unattractive, you just let yourselves go. Like, here what? Like, you know what good looking looks like. Why are you doing this?
I know what good looking looks like.
I just thought of just 2 candles melting.
Yeah,
I don't know. You guys just let you let this happen to each other. You watch both, you just get bigger and bigger.
Because it's fucked up. You know what? Just like friendships, relationships, beneficial ones that are good for you, they will inspire you and motivate you to be a higher version of yourself. You'll go to the gym, you'll go there because you want to be the best version of you in alignment with the best version of whoever you're aligned yourself with. You know what I mean? Versus there's all type of there's comfortable relationships where we just eat chips and fucking order food all day and have sex and get fat. Then there's the we're just doing life and letting each other pass by, and you're turning into a whale. I haven't seen my buddy in weeks, and everything's we just let time pass us by. We don't have sex for 5-10 years all of a sudden. Now we have kids and shit, and we're holding it together with some glue, acting like everybody's happy, but we're not.
You had kids and then you stopped having sex.
Yeah, that's what happened. She cut her hair. Boom.
She cut her hair. Don't do
she
that.
got the mom
she gave
cut.
you the Marcy Darcy?
the Lois Griffin. And then,
the Marcy Darcy, fam.
crazy.
That's crazy.
And then I stopped identifying as an attractive woman that you were drawn to, and she identified as a mother. I don't know. I'm just
I seen those TV shows and shit where the couples having these problems and they try and schedule sex and shit like that. We're gonna do it this night, and they try to go out and set the mood and all sorts, and it's like,
if it's gotta
how's
get
your life
that?
so desk? How did it get like that?
I think that's when people start doing weird shit.
Personally, I just think that's something that I think that's
when people start doing weird shit what?
That's the roadblock that marriages have that they encounter, bro.
And shit, bro.
I tell you about these
and
niggas,
BDSM, and they're like, babes, would you dress up? You know what I mean?
Slap her on that mask. It's crazy.
Fam.
Yeah, the sex swings and all that.
I'm
They
trying to
start
tell you,
swinging.
the swinging thing is a co-wall, fam. That's a co-wall, bro. Unless
I think
like,
they're talking about the
there's
actual swing, though.
the swinging, like, or
Not
going
the
to
swingers.
Swapping,
the
she's talking
swingers.
About, he's talking about
Yeah,
swapping.
you're talking
partner.
about swingers.
Like
We're talking about
swapping
swings, though. Like the sex swing. I think they were talking about
Well, I
sex
mentioned both, but
The
go
same
ahead.
shit. I'm talking the same realm.
They weren't the
If
same
these
shit.
people,
I mentioned both things. You
yeah.
listed
okay,
it
okay.
separately.
people that's in a relationship.
I see you just start
And
doing
it-
freaky shit.
Yeah, that's
And
what I'm
going down
responding to him. Like, yo, if that's what it graduated to, like, yeah, your life sucks, fam. Like, your wife wants to fuck other people and you can't do nothing about it. So
That's
you're
how the
just,
cucks
You're just
begin.
supervising, bro.
Supervising your own
Yeah,
things is
fam.
crazy.
Yeah, that's how you think every single man in one of these sex
So what you
clubs
try to say? You try to say
wants
that when
do
they
that?
get to the, like,
Well,
you're
especially in
10 you're
response to
10
what the
years?
man said. 5 years gone by, you
bro,
guys aren't
5
having
years
no
in,
sex.
now it's like, okay,
now
I
we're
can't
doing.
fuck
Now
you.
we're swinging.
So now I gotta pay a
Fam.
nigga to do this to you, like, and
Yeah.
watch.
Well, the sex clubs you don't pay. Don't they just?
Well,
go
not
in
pay,
there?
but I'm like, bro, there might be.
Knows? I don't know.
Don't tell
don't
me
know.
I know nothing. Don't.
You're the only one
the
here
only
who
one who's
went. To
been.
be honest,
What are you
neither of
telling
us
me? I
have been
don't
there
know, nigga.
before.
I've never been.
You've been to 2 sex clubs. You were
They
very
don't
casual about the
backtrack now,
second one.
nigga. Yeah, like
Yeah, you're talking like a seasoned veteran. When last time we talked about this, bro.
Listen, I don't know. I'm not married with
Shoes are all
sexual
sticky.
problems, bro. Don't do that.
But you don't have to pay nobody in that environment.
No, you don't. But you
Yeah,
gotta pay
so
for
that's
the
what I'm-
membership.
So
No, that's membership. That's not
That's like
paying
a
a
gym
person.
fee,
You
fam.
said you have to pay the man.
Yeah, gym fees is real.
yeah.
You get worked out.
I
Your
don't
girls
know.
get worked out.
That cuck shit is weird, bro.
But like, it's not always like that. I'm gonna assume. Remember, there's also people out there that just don't do sex as frequently, or just don't do sex. You ever
They get
see,
them on the
you ever
special
see
days.
a couple in the road, like at the mall or
And
some
you just
shit,
know they're
and you're
not
like, oh, they
fucking.
have boring sex. Like they don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He just turns to her like, "You in the mood?"
no, he asks.
He hits her with one of those
He
ones.
doesn't
You in the
even.
mood
It's not
tonight?
even. He doesn't even ask if she's in the mood. Can I have sex tonight, wife?
Can I have sex?
Nah, nobody asks that shit, bro. Verbatim, nobody turns to them like, "Yo, can I have sex tonight, wife?" Fam, like what?
I loaded
the
the
kids are
dishwasher.
asleep.
Took
They
an
gotta,
hour to
the
shit.
kids are asleep. They gotta put on a little movie, bro. And they try a thing.
Or when, that's when they start all watching porn and shit. Backdoor sluts night.
Little blues.
That's crazy.
Would you watch? Oh no, we already know you won't watch porn.
Backdoor
Bro.
sluts 9.
So you never seen that?
That's
from
how
South
we're
Park?
firing back up the marriage.
What do you mean?
That's crazy.
You never seen the episode of South Park where the madam are trying to watch Lord of the Rings, but the adults are watching Backdoor
Yo,
Sluts
you know
Night,
what?
and they
Shit,
got swapped.
Butters is-
And Butters is talking about my precious because he
But-
watches.
Oh,
Backdoor
yeah,
Sluts
yeah,
Night,
yeah.
But he thinks it's Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
And the
yeah,
madam
yeah.
like, yo, what's gotten into Butters, fam? Like, yo,
Butters
that's
doesn't want to
crazy.
give up the thing.
that's how about my precious. He's got to see that, bro.
Imagine walking down the aisle to like say your vows in front of God, and now you gotta watch porn to spark back up your marriage. That's kind of conflicting.
John knows.
Is it though? Is it
To
conflicting?
spark back up your marriage, not just because you guys are already freaky. Like this is what's gonna fix it.
Fam, you just gotta
It's
try it,
porn.
bro. At
Gotta try
that
it
point,
too.
you gotta try whatever you gotta try, bro.
Like,
I
yo,
feel like you guys like
Divorce,
one
I'm-
party doesn't like the other. That's just how I feel.
Bro, I'm assuming divorce is that expensive.
I don't think they're evenly
You don't
like.
think they can
I don't
just
think
be-
they're evenly like. Just I don't want to have sex.
No,
with
no.
you.
Some people
I think it's
don't,
like
fam.
one is like, bro,
You
we're
don't
not doing
understand,
this.
bro. Sex is
or they don't
uncomfortable.
finish.
Sex is uncomfortable for some people. Wait. Okay, just wait.
There's so much going on.
Yeah, just wait, okay? Sex is uncomfortable. Not everyone's super comfortable and just super open with their sexuality. Like, some people are like, fam, they're scared to ask their wife for a hood suck, Regin. You
shouldn't have to
understand?
ask
She's
your
like,
wife for a hood
you've
suck.
been married for 15 years. She sucked your buddy like 3 times? Like, nah, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is
I'll
a
be
real
Do you
thing.
think
damned
that's
if
an
I'm
equal
gonna ask my
investment
wife
though? Is
for
what I'm
this.
saying. 'Cause I view that like when she's talking about, oh, they haven't had sex in how long? I'm thinking like he wants it, she doesn't. Or it could be a point where like she wants it, he doesn't. One party is like, I'm not that interested, but I can't get divorced because it's too damn hard.
But
so I'm
somebody's
just
always
here.
tired.
Well, no,
fam.
so hold on,
Somebody's
hold on,
always
hold on.
tired.
Yeah, I don't think they're both just in the crib like not trying to have sex with each other.
Well, no. So I'm gonna have to agree with that just because remember she's saying when the men come to me in my office talking about, well, why do you want to get a divorce? She's saying the men specifically specify that they're not getting sex. They haven't had sex in a certain period of time. So yes, in that instance, you would be correct in terms of
What
they
you're
want to have
saying.
sex and they don't. But I am saying just in general in life, I've seen people in the world and I just know that these two do not have an active sex life. It's like you could just see it, bro. You're telling
Okay.
like it happens. There's so much boring people out there.
Okay, you know what? I went back to what she said. I'm thinking more of like a problem. Like,
Yeah, no. I'm just talking about
no,
people
I've
not
seen some
having
boring
sex.
people, and I'm like, how does it even happen?
doesn't. Those kids were like,
Those
kids almost came
Yeah,
out
like,
like
how
a
did
ritual.
they even get here? I can't even picture you getting on top of her,
was
bro.
that one
There's
night
no way.
They're like, yeah, those ceremonial
He
sex.
tripped and he fell.
It was that
And
one
then
night with the wine, bro. Special occasion, birthday.
Even that.
The work party.
Getting drunk even seems
Work party.
out of
You know
ordinary
that's
for
the
them.
one. Yeah.
You know, Bibbs
Gave
got
her that
loose.
on the counter sex.
Loose. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is there's a lot of people outside married not having sex. Are they happy about it? I have no idea. I'm sure everybody wants to get their genitals rubbed a little bit. You get me? But like, what are you gonna do?
Bro, they held off sex for so long that she wasn't a walk-wittable no more.
I would say the majority of sexless marriages or long-standing relationships, one party is not interested. There's probably a few couples where they're both just kind of awkward.
One party's getting cheated on. If that's the
One
case.
party's getting mega cheated on, fam. It's happening a lot still. A lot.
But yo, that's all I have in my my realm of things. So yo, if Madam want to do Quickfyre, or you guys can proceed and do what you guys got going on. I am just a participant at this point.
What do we have here?
Give us your best words, man.
My best words. How did the madam feel about our newly elected Prime Minister, Mark Carney?
Ask us first.
I don't really care.
Word.
That's why don't you care?
Didn't vote.
Word.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just don't
I'm surprised that I didn't think that Madam would have another liberal government considering the circumstances of the country that we're in right now and how things played out. But clearly the people have spoken. And it's come as a shock. It's come as a shock. I definitely didn't think that this time around that people wanted a liberal government, but that's what we have. Like, what am I gonna do? You gotta adapt and overcome or leave this place.
Word. Yeah. The other guy wasn't really saying much from what I was seeing on
Pierre?
the internet. Yeah.
They wasn't doing the most.
He was
just
just
said a
batting
whole-
up Justin Trudeau, and then they got rid of him, and he's like, a lie. We're like, yo, remember how bad he was? Like, he didn't really have much else to say.
Wasn't saying much.
He just said a whole bunch of nonsense, to be honest.
But regardless, there are things that will affect us, and it's just things are gonna be harder in certain fronts. And I guess like the liberal government, that does benefit. It benefits those who it benefits. You get me? And who's to see? We'll see what the state of Canada is in the next 5 years.
Did you vote?
Yes, I lied.
You?
Why'd you do that?
I don't know.
I'm like, hold on. I'm like, no, you didn't.
Sounds bad, but yo, theoretically, if I was, would have been conservative.
I almost felt the wages now if you voted. What the hell?
No, I ain't vote.
All right, well, yeah, this is that's not nothing to be proud of. I gotta do better. Hypothetically, if you were to do your civic duties,
Yo, if I had to vote, I probably would have still went liberal because, like, realistically, all I know from the next man was that he just didn't like Justin Trudeau and he was trying to lock people up.
Forever.
And I was just like, you know what, bro? You haven't said much else. So I'm going to just go ahead and stick with these niggas. Like, I don't know. Because I don't know. It looks dark over there. I don't know what you're dealing with. Like, I don't know. So
I don't know. I was just looking at
I
other
was saying
things,
3
financial
strikes
aspects.
and you're out.
Financial aspects, I wasn't really worried about.
You never really stated how we were going to get no money.
Yeah, but I swear, weren't they trying to bring down housing? I mean, like make housing more affordable for our generation and whatnot?
I've heard that so many years though.
Yeah, but like we've had a liberal government for many years.
I don't know. I watched a few things and there was no concrete like layout of what he was going to do.
Well, I guess that's why people didn't vote for him.
Yeah.
All right, well, carry on.
You tried the thing.
Yeah, next one. So Coachella finished like 2 weeks ago or some shit.
Big up Coachella.
The average ticket price was $600 USD.
Nice.
More than 60% of the estimated 80,000 people that attended Coachella used the festival's payment plan to pay for their tickets. So, how did man feel about financing your concert tickets?
If you gotta finance, they're about to finance everything. You're about to be able to finance your Uber Eats and all type of shit. Eh? That's a new wave. You gotta realize that a lot of these places are realizing that people just can't afford things. People want to do things, right? How do we do it? We charge them interest and tell them they can pay piece by piece. How do I feel? I feel like if you gotta put your tickets on a payment plan, you shouldn't go. Still, it's just irresponsible. But like, I've never been to Coachella.
I will add that it's largely a young crowd. So they said the average age is between like 18 to 24. There are older people that attend as well, but at least 40% of all the people there fall between that age group, 18 to 24. So they're on the younger end of things. Does that change how you feel about you just probably shouldn't go if you can't afford it?
Me, because of the generation and the time that I was raised in, I still feel like you should kind of be more financially responsible. But I do realize that the younger demographic, they have a whole different concept and perspective on money itself. So what they value, like the experience of going to Coachella versus like, I don't know, being like financially secure. They don't care about that as much.
Don't risk it all. Don't risk it all.
Yo, Travis Scott's about to perform. Fuck you mean, nigga? Layaway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
watch Travis Scott and be broke, stay home and keep some money and maybe buy some groceries.
So how do you feel about
I'll
the people?
take this one.
How you feel about the people who do that with clothes? Like they buy their coat online and they pay it off in pieces or some shit.
it's the same thing. Bro, if you
If you can't buy your coat one shot, don't buy it.
I think that if you can't buy something 3 times over, you shouldn't buy it. If you can't afford what you want to purchase.
The coat? Is this a necessity or is this fashionable
but
item?
I'm just saying, there's people who are like, oh, they want that new Montclair, but it's like
and I think
$100 or whatever, and they pay it off.
Okay, hold on. Get
$100 payments.
Yeah, payments.
Oh, okay,
payments. I'm saying the payments.
We know that a Montclair is about $3,000.
I was just making sure.
Anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000, depending on which one. You get.
If
So
you
they're
want to
paying
find out,
like a bill $50 a month or something like
it's
that.
ridiculousness. Because you're gonna rent your Montclair. Finance your Montclair and take the bus. Yeah, we're not doing that. You know how I feel about that. Better go get yourself a North Face and go on easy.
Me personally. Hold on. So I didn't get your opinion because you really just asked him a question. I didn't get your perspective. How do you feel about people financing their concert tickets?
I don't have a problem with it. I mean,
I guess my ultimate question is like, is it irresponsible or are they already so broke that it really just doesn't even matter?
I mean, if you're gonna pay off and like if you can afford, like if you can make your payments, I don't think it's irresponsible. I just think you want your tickets, but you couldn't pay it all at once. So this is in your budget and you can do it. If you can do it, if you can't make those payments, then it's different. If you can make the payments, that's fine.
I just don't live like that. I don't like to have a bunch of things like idly over my head.
But you may not want to go to something that bad. They do.
It has nothing to do with it.
It does.
No. Well, let me speak then. It also has, he's talking about the concept of basically anything because he even applied it to clothes, right? Doesn't like, bro, I've never wanted to wear something that bad. I got to finance it.
Yeah, but that's you though. But it's like,
and fam, it's my opinion. I know it's me.
Do I think, but there's nothing wrong with the idea of it though.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you have a problem with it. I'm just saying in general, like my perspective is that if I can't afford something 3 times over, I'm probably not going to buy it.
Yeah, I feel more similar to this. I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't know. Then, especially if you're young, you're like 18, I can forgive the action of you saying, like, let's say, for example, you just found out, like your Regin's like, yo, the concert's next week, but we have to buy the tickets by like tomorrow or 2 days from now. And you don't have the bread. And you're like, whatever, fuck, I can finance it and I can still go. I don't want to miss the show. If you're literally like 18, you get away with it. Yo, past that though, I'm not gonna lie, you shouldn't be going.
Yeah, I feel like you're just deferring responsibility, and I feel like there's a higher likelihood for something happening. And it's like, yo, you're just racking up and accumulating debt because a part of the payment plan, I'm assuming so, because that's usually how they are. There's some kind of interest in which they make money off of you making delayed payment installments, right? So then if you're just racking up debt in the background, but putting everything you buy or everything you experience on a payment plan, I feel like it'll catch up to you eventually, and that's just not a comfortable way that I do finances.
Well, I'm assuming you're not doing this payment plan on your last. I'm assuming you're doing it within your budget.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna assume that they're doing. Why would you be financing it if you had the money to pay for it?
Some people don't want to just go all at once. They don't want to spend all at once time. They may have it, but they have it in pieces, in portions. It might be easy. It might be easier for them to do it in portions.
Oh, okay. And how long is the payment plan? How long do they have to pay this off? Yeah. Okay. And so hold on. And just for the people in the audience that they can't hear you, right? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Can they hear him or no?
No, they can't.
Oh, okay. So basically, the Coachella payment plan doesn't incur interest over time. There's just a $41 charge for paying in installments. So just for the opportunity to do that, you pay $41. But I would naturally, if you default on the payment by a certain period of time, like you don't pay it off, it's probably going to be sent to collections. And at that point, you're going to incur interest. So the interest is not going to be brought to you by Coachella. But if you don't pay it, at some point, you will still have to pay interest. That's just how debt works. So I just don't think it's a good habit to do things like that. Pay for what you can afford. people are in debt not because they don't make enough money, but because they like to buy things that they don't have the means for. That's why most people are in debt. You're financing a car that's 60 racks. You've never had $10,000 at one time. You know what I mean? Like, these type of decisions are what keep people broke, realistically.
Yeah. And so that's exactly how I feel about the situation. What else you got going on in the realm? Thanks.
So we can do it. We're not denying her like wax and stuff. I know she needs to get done for competition and stuff, but we don't have anyone available to like do it.
Okay, but
This is this video you talking about?
Pete,
There's a whole next video. I have to just move on.
Oh, you didn't even say you're moving.
I did. I said move on to the next video.
Oh, I didn't hear that. All right.
That and stuff. But she's under 21. Like that's my thing. I don't wax anybody under 21 and stuff. She's 15, and all the other girls can see her, just not today.
But why is he forcing him? Is in a couple of days, and she needs it done. So we got the sale, the 30% off.
Yeah,
that's definitely what made us go ahead and lock that in.
Okay, I was telling your wax can see her.
Oh,
like it's street.
But what's the problem? I'm giving you consent.
No, I don't feel comfortable waxing your daughter. It's
good man
because she's under 21. Right. And I get that. Listen, athletes and stuff need to like get wax on there, so no risk of bacteria and all that. But I won't be able to do it. I just don't feel comfortable.
Right. That's understandable, but
what is he saying? But
he's bugging.
Who's bugging?
The dad.
Everybody that's not the Asian man is being inappropriate there.
That's
yeah, that was weird, bro. So this guy's there trying to make the man wax his daughter for the competition. The man's like, buddy, I'm not doing that. And the man's there trying to like plead with him. I thought it was weird. What do man think about that one?
I don't respect him.
I've been saying that's wrong. That's messed up,
That was
bro.
weird
You should have
as shit.
used that. That should have been the answer you wanted to hear.
That's not usually like a dad would be on the opposite end of that.
Yeah, but then
you wouldn't even want your daughter in such a like situation. This guy's like, nah, bro, do it.
Nunny needs to get wax.
Okay. That's weird, bro.
That's how she's feeling.
How you guys feel about like people that put their kids in those like what do they call them? Those like beauty pageants and shit.
Is that what that's for?
I don't know. It would either be gymnastics, swimming,
yeah.
Either or. But like I've seen
like Honey Boo Boo and shit.
Isn't Honey Boo Boo like
she was one of those pageant child. She was a big pageant child.
Oh, I thought she was just on TV because like
she's
funny looking and such funny
no,
stuff.
Nigga, she was.
I don't know.
That may be some of it.
No,
bro, I'm not even
Honey
around,
Boo. She came up out of a show where I think it's like Dance Moms or some shit. Where
that's where they found her.
And then she had her own spin-off because of her character.
Okay, see, that's what I'm aware of, the spin-off. Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, this is a funny looking girl.
Like
okay,
she like comes from trailer trash, has a retarded cocaine. Like, pretty sure her mom smokes meth.
No, like the whole scenario is just like kind of wild. Like they're profiting off the fact that she's kind of country and funny.
They're just trailer trash. Yeah, it's skitty. Did you ever see it's spaghetti noodles and ketchup. They call it skitty.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Right.
Anyways, so yeah, that type of shit. How do you feel about like parents that put their kids in that? I always thought that shit was weird.
It is weird. You shouldn't feed your kids spaghetti. But
all right.
Yeah, no, it's weird. You know why? Because there's an element of like you're trying to. A lot of the times, it seems like the parents are vicariously trying to live throughout their child, and like sometimes like the over involved mothers. A lot of the times when I see, they're like, it's like they're trying to get the break that they never got throughout their kid, and it's a little intense. It's toxic. It doesn't seem the most healthy. Plus, it teaches like, I guess, an unhealthy level of vanity and. So yeah, just that materialisticness to the child at a very young age. Like I think
pressure on the little kid.
It doesn't allow the child to be a young child no more. Now you've scorned it to the beauty standards of adulthood from fucking however young you're getting your child involved in.
I feel like
so I don't respect it.
They live through their child like that.
So
I also think it's like weird, like how they dress up with kids. I
they sexualize them.
Too mature.
Yeah, they sexualize the hell out of kids, right?
It's weird.
But because you're makeup on kids.
I swear they had like a documentary on Netflix like about that angle of it. Like, yo, is this like gone too far?
Yeah, I seen some shit. I think that I don't know if it got banned or not, but there was they've had documentaries. I'm not sure if it was cute. I think there's one called like Cuties or Babies or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I got banned off of Netflix
Yeah,
for the
it
over
was weird, it was
sexualization of
weird.
children.
Yeah.
I personally, and that's
That's
like,
the vibes I was getting from the video. I'm like, this is just all.
yeah, I don't like it.
Weird.
And you shouldn't beg a man to wax your daughter's nunny. Yeah, just you shouldn't do that.
That's bugging.
The over sexualization of children in general, I don't like. That's why I never took to the show. You guys ever see the cartoon called Big Mouth on Netflix?
No.
So it's a show that kind of focuses around like puberty for teenagers, and like you'll have like the hormone monster that comes and fucking he'll be like the voice of temptation or like the urges of like these kids inside. But it's like it just does a very overemphasized job of sexualizing the children, even though they're cartoons, and it bothers the shit out of me. Like I don't want
to like associate a child with that
with that nature of sexuality.
Yeah,
it's wrong.
It's weird.
Carry on. Continue. Cause you're going next?
I think you were about to say something.
I'm gonna say some words, man.
About what this?
No. Whatever you got words written.
Oh no, yo! Did you guys see that picture that Donald Trump posted when he's put himself as the Pope?
No,
I've seen it still.
I didn't see it.
I have in the group. I don't know.
Was there a caption like?
He just said he wants to be the next Pope because the Pope died.
Big Pope Trump.
That was the caption.
Yeah.
No, that makes it funnier because fam, that's how he became the president. He's just like, yo, I can.
Yo, pretty
And I will.
much. So like everybody said, yo, this is blasphemy.
Yo, bro, the man's on a wild tip. So
But yo,
he's
he
been
did,
telling
like-
everybody he's gonna fucking
Do things.
tariff them.
Yo, who
he's
has
gonna annex
the-
their country, and now he's gonna be the Pope.
You
doesn't
can put it
care.
up there? I put it in the group chat.
You can't scream. I guess you can't. I'm not even gonna argue.
Yeah, just don't. I already put it up there for you.
Yeah, I don't want to. You see me, I close my laptop. I didn't want to do no more words.
Yo, big up yourself, James.
What happened? Which one am I clicking? The Donald Trump face?
Yeah.
Yo, get better technology, cuz.
What? Bro.
Fam, my guy. Like, no, I'm standing on what I say. I don't even care if you're offended.
Good.
Yeah. That's what I said. Donald Trump shares photo of himself as the Pope. I'm not lying. This is a hard photo. It's a hard photo.
Bro,
You know what?
this
Just
guy
because he
does what
did it,
wants,
I co-sign it. Fuck it, bro. Because I'm not gonna lie. I seen the Pope's funeral and it looks all ritualistic and scary, bro. I don't know what they're dealing with over there. I don't take it seriously. So these guys, big Pope Trump. If you want to deal with it, you got the co-sign from X. I don't have any objections to big Pope Trump over here.
None.
Yo, I don't. Still, I just want to know what Madam thought.
That was it. You heard my thoughts.
He has my support still.
Anything else?
Yeah. So there was a girl who said she asked somebody, hey, who has extra tickets? And they gave her a free flight and a free hotel.
I mean, ask and you shall receive.
Got a man posting
For the
her video.
Leafs playoffs.
You know
She's saying if you ask, you shall receive, but like, I don't know. I think she did some other stuff for this.
Toronto woman ends up getting a free flight, free hotel, and free tickets for a Leaf playoff game after viral video of asking a man who has an extra ticket.
You don't get.
She's right. Yeah,
So she got the tickets.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
If you don't ask, you don't get.
yeah, well, she poured her tits out there and she received what she got.
So do you think she just got it off of asking?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I think because she was confident enough to put the video out there, I do think she, and then I actually checked her followers and she's friends with Drew Smoothie. I think she just asked.
Yeah. So
Like,
it's a good way.
is there a greater question that you're asking here?
I don't know. Some people in the comments were saying, bro, you gave up the ass for that.
Wouldn't be
Okay,
the-
watch this. She maybe didn't have to give up no ass for those tickets.
The video she posted, I don't think
It's
she did.
playoff
I believe
tickets.
that she could literally get those tickets
Just ask.
from a
The free
chicken ass
hotel
nigga
and
in
the free
Toronto.
flight. The free
100%.
hotel and the free flight.
100%.
There's guys out there that like I've had conversations with women. Some guys that have money
Dolo.
are very
She's solo
forthcoming with their money in hopes that they're gonna get pussy.
Bro, you didn't see that nigga
You know
with
what
the
I'm
fake
saying?
beard on the pot, the balloon? Talk about, yo, he's gonna
That
take
guy
you.
is corny.
Private
Crazy.
jets and yachts and
Niggas
everything
like,
on the
well,
first
the
date.
concept is these men exist. And so do I think it's impossible? Like, you put yourself with your tits out on the internet asking for a fucking a financial favor? Yo, somebody saw those tits and
No,
said,
I'm
sure.
not gonna lie.
Financial favor.
I seen the post. I went on her page still to see what she was dealing with. Had to investigate further.
What'd you
All
uncover?
right? So I'm not gonna lie. These
Yeah,
are paid for.
100%.
To my knowledge, it's not very cheap. People are struggling to pay
Like
for
you
their
over
rent.
there just rubbing yourself, cuz you're right.
Yeah, this area here. You know? It's not very cheap.
It's
So
an investment.
Yeah. There's like, you got to pay for a lot of things living in Toronto. Titties, not everybody can afford a pair of titties.
Oh, you can say 10 grand.
So those titties though.
Yeah, but I'm saying this. Yeah,
those titties though.
People are struggling to pay for Coachella tickets. How are they getting titties? You know what I mean?
Well, she's older than those people.
She's older.
She is older,
Yeah,
but
for
like,
sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if she's received payments for other things in other areas of life. Maybe just not those tickets. I do believe a man in the comment section just submitted the tickets, fam.
Off the
and
strength.
got nothing. Nothing.
Sure.
in return.
I don't think she sucked some balls for those tickets.
But it wouldn't put it past me if she might have done some other things for some other advantages.
I'm not going to say she hasn't sucked balls for financial favors in the past because I don't know this woman.
It doesn't look out of the realm of possibilities after further investigations.
Holy. Yo, I got some more stuff.
Keep going, man.
Toronto FC fan not impressed with the team's performance. Calls them a fucking disgrace. Fan First Network?
Is it more
Big up
things?
Yourself?
Like, is there a video or something?
Yeah, there's a video. The angry guy with the beard.
Sorry, man. Give me 1 second.
You're not DJing right now.
He was at a whole function on his phone.
No, I'm saying he's not even selecting the videos, bro. This guy's just putting down phone.
Yeah, his legs are crossed, does other things.
Shout out to Fan First Network because the man are building some things. See?
I felt like this would touch Mitch in his soul right here, you know?
I don't even watch these guys because, like, look how he feels.
Yo, this is why.
I don't want to share his feelings. I don't watch
Toronto FC fan not impressed with the team's performance. Calls them a fucking disgrace.
It's a fucking disgrace. Fucking players. Oh, me hamstring hurts. Oh, I'm tired. It's a hard work week. Fuck you. Bring the fucking under-19s up TFC 2 and they'll show them more fucking hard. 2 players came and clapped the fans. Kobe Franklin and Sean Johnson. Everyone else is kissing and hugging New England. We used to mean something to wear this fucking badge, you know? And if it doesn't fucking change, there's gonna be an empty fucking stadium one day. Had a fucking enough of this shite. Pay $20 for fucking beer to see that. Oh.
$20 a beer is steep still.
Yo, have you ever been to a game?
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
If you like soccer.
I haven't watched them this season, so that's subjective. Like, I've seen some good games from them, but, like, obviously he's not very happy right now. So, like, the games I watched were okay, you know? But, I haven't really watched them this season, so I can't really say. But shit, then they're in last place, and you paid $20 for a beer after parking and tickets. Yo, you might be mad, you know?
So as an Arsenal supporter, how does this compare to what you see?
What? Yo, I'm not like MLS versus like English Premier League. That's a joke thing still. The level, it's hard. It's so hard to watch in comparison. It's like the thing that you're usually watching in slow motion. I don't know, bro. It's a lot harder to watch. That's why I don't really like take it in too tough. But yeah, if I spent my time and my money to go down there and I felt like the man weren't even playing ball. And then he said after the game, only 2 men came to like hail their supporters. The other guys are dapping up the man that just beat them and then walked out the stadium. Yo, fam, you deserve a bad up for that still. You're playing terrible and you don't even show love to the people that showed up to watch you play terrible.
So his reaction is justified.
Like how he described things, I would be upset too. So, yeah, I say it's justified.
Cause you ever seen some soccer?
Have I ever like went to a FTFC? No. Can't say I have.
Would you?
Someone invited me. Probably there for free, sure.
$20 for the beer?
What?
$20 for the beer?
I mean, if I'm at the event, I'm at the event, right?
Yeah. Once you're in there, you're in there still.
Okay. Anybody else on anything?
Okay, well.
Oh, I thought there was more videos.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the screen in anticipation.
I do got some more stuff. I just don't want.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, I'll just do this. Give me 1 second. 15 minutes? Cool. So this is another controversial take that's been on social media recently. There are men, they are not attracted to what a woman is outside of her sexual organs. So this guy I think you know this gentleman better than I do.
Yeah, I've seen this nigga before.
Okay. So I'm about to play a video. Or do you want to get some context as to like who he is?
He runs a podcast. I don't remember the name of it because there's 2 podcasts and these guys like collab. So I don't remember the name of it, but the one's called 8 at the Table. The next one's called Late Night Talk or
Late Night Conversation.
Boom, you feel me? So this guy runs one of them, and then they also do like live like stage shows for their podcast. It'll be like men and women usually discussing dating topics and stuff like that. And yo, this guy likes to pander. He spends a good portion of his time up there pandering, and he's gonna do a little bit more.
A lot of heterosexual men don't like women for real. They don't. they like women sexually, but they don't like women. They're not attracted to what a woman is outside of her sexual organs. So then when we get into why a lot of men womanize, or why it's just they're minimizing a woman based off of who she slept with or who she potentially can sleep for, because it's like you haven't gained the appreciation of the wholeness of a woman yet, and what that wholeness of a woman can bring to your life. A lot of times we'll talk about strength and we'll say men are stronger than women, but that's because we value physical strength. We're not talking about emotional strength, spiritual strength. We're not talking about the type of strength that can run a household. And we're not putting that same type of weight. And what I would encourage, and this was the shift that I had to do, is I had to start liking the wholeness of a woman outside of sex. And then when you do that, now you appreciate the things a complete woman can bring to your life. A lot of hetero life. When we talk about the Bible talks about finding a capable wife, right? That capable wife, that person that if you was to stumble, can pick up the ball and start running. And there's a lot of men that have just a wife because they was only concerned about what she can do in the bed. And so what I'm just encouraging men to do is just like, and it's for our own benefit, because a lot of us, especially men with some type of means, we end up finding a dependent, not a partner. Yeah, she can fuck us good, but if you was able to stumble, bro, what the fuck is gonna happen with your family? And so I just encourage men to be, I'm not gonna say more, because that's unrealistic to a lot of men, but as attracted to what she brings as a feminine energy to your life outside of just what you're doing in between.
Check this out. So to that point,
when we talk about the Bible, a lot of...
So the man never heard his take.
Yo, this guy kills me, bro.
I saw a different. I thought it was gonna be a different video. Cause I saw another clip. He was talking about some whole other shit. That was
No, I didn't see what you saw. I saw this.
Okay, this.
How do we feel?
I don't agree with everything. I don't think guys are marrying women just for what they do in the bedroom. That part I don't agree with. It doesn't really make sense. But by and large, I guess it depends. Like when guys are just looking to have sex, yeah, we don't really care about the other things at that point. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean we don't value women as a whole, but we might not see that value in every woman, just like not every woman's gonna see that value in every man. You know what I mean? You like who you like, but
you know what? No, okay, go ahead.
No, I think what he's describing. I think he's describing like a boy, not a man. A man who wants to marry does not want you for just sex. He definitely looking for something more than that. That's from like what he's talking about is like just a boy, like somebody who's not ready for commitment.
See, I can't see, like you say that, but at the same time, I can't. I think there's validity to what he's saying, bro. Because even if we backtrack on even like it's not the exact same thing, but look at the Paul Pierce situation, right? Where he's over there, like he's simply like basing a lot of his interactions with women as just sexual encounters, right? That's clearly what he's described. He's like, oh, women is just about the sex, and Ray is just about the sex. That being said, he's an established celebrity. You know, he's an established basketball player with a lot of access to resources. So if he is under this kind of mindset, I'm to believe that there are a large demographic of people, especially on the internet space, especially when we're having these debates like, well, what do you bring to the table? I pay all the bills. All you do is have sex with me. Like, I can see where that mindset is. I can see it. I can see there's a level of validity to his claim. And I'm not saying it's by and large the majority. I'm not going to say, oh, majority of people are getting married just for sex. But I do see it becoming a lot more common of a theme, especially as we have this, like, I hate to use it again, but the table talk conversation, right? Like, what do women provide? A lot of men will say, well, the only thing they provide, because I got to achieve everything else in society, is sexual gratification.
I don't want to lie, yeah, a lot of that shit makes sense. The marriage shit is just where I'm like, bro, that don't make sense.
No, because you're looking at marriage. Just look at it as union, right? Marriage, like,
or even a long-standing relationship. I don't think most guys are choosing their girlfriend just because she makes them feel good in the bedroom alone. I think it's like you like that woman beyond like just sex.
But I think
we also have a lot of encounters with women where all we want is sex.
But I think he's also,
so that's valid too, because when you look at, like, say for example, even if you had yourself a girlfriend, right? There's probably a whole bunch of other women that you might have been with or had an interest to be with, and you didn't really care much about them. You just wanted to have sex with them.
Yeah.
And this one woman, you're like, no, I like her. So by and large, we do see a lot of women as just like, we just want to have sex with them, and outside of that, there's not much value. There's not like.
Yeah, but I think that, like, bro, the average person, depending on like what type of connection you're searching for, I feel like the average person, by and large, or like, okay, in the respect of like to what he's saying, in the context that what he's claiming to, it doesn't go beyond that. I don't think that he's saying like, yo, we don't cultivate like very deep relationships or very deep connections because we're just basing it on like primal needs and urges, right? And he looks at it, especially like when he's talking about the more established man, he says, yo, when pacing a partner, because we require so little like assistance from the world, you kind of you navigate the dating space on the basis of like what, I guess, I don't say serves you because it doesn't necessarily, but like what pleasures you or what benefits you. And like your wildest, like if someone is just meeting your wild sexual fantasies, like, oh, I just want to have all the nasty, freaky, super sex with this person because they check off that. I don't need nothing else because I have my money, I have my resources, I have everything else. But yo, the sex with the person that I want to have, yo, buddy, that's what they're prioritizing after all the other needs are met.
That's enough to want to marry them?
What kind of...
I think that I think people get comfortable. I think people get comfortable in these relationships. Like, have sex with somebody you like having sex with for a long-standing period of time. You're in a relationship of some variety.
But that's a young mindset. I don't think as like I don't.
Bro,
think
look
as,
Paul Pierce.
I don't think,
look how old Paul Pierce is.
He has a young mindset. I don't think as a like. I don't
what I'm
think,
saying is like, yo, bro, there's a lot of people out there living like that. I don't think it's simply subject to young people.
I don't think Paul Pierce wants to actually find a woman that he wants.
I don't think his mindset is the majority.
He doesn't want to find a woman he can settle down with and marry. I don't think that's the mindset I get.
I don't think that's the majority of men though.
I think even on the base, I think so. Go ahead.
So like I think when it comes to a relationship, I think most guys want a woman that like likes them for them.
Yeah,
and they like her as well for more than just having sex. They want to like be around someone who they can enjoy their presence. I think most guys value that. But then, like I said, if you're just like single, like we'll also like we do like the other women who don't meet all that criteria. By and large, we do kind of just look at them like for sex because I mean like we don't be hanging out with girls like. On average, some guys have like female friends, but like most of the time, if you want friendship, you hang out with your boys. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to women, it's either most of your interactions, if there's not like in a professional setting where you have to work with this person, like you're not pursuing friendship from women, you're pursuing sex.
No, I feel you, but I'm just saying that I do see validity to his claim and his point, and I've seen a lot of people navigate, not a lot of people, but I've seen people navigate relationships.
But I think it's hard to marry somebody based off of just that, though, is a bit rough. Like, I think a guy mostly look like, you can have good sex, but you gotta have some like motherly instincts that we're attracted to that makes me know that you're nurturing and you.
But not everyone, those may be your standards. That's not everybody else's standards.
Maybe not the specific criteria that he mentioned, but there's usually criteria that men are looking for beyond sex when they're going to be in a long-standing relationship.
I think you're giving
that's
men too
what
much,
I believe
I
the
think
majority of the situation.
I think you're giving men too much credit. I think a lot of people, the average person especially, one, they're working with what they have resource and access to. And then in addition to that, I think that it's like, bro, you don't always get your, you don't know, like, I don't think most men have access to the cream of the crop woman that's a beautiful porn star with a capable mind that they want. You know what I'm saying? Like this mother be my nature, super righteous, super holistic woman that's like also the sexual deviant porn star you want. I don't think a lot of people are having that experience.
I don't think they need that to be happy is what I'm saying. I think like a man could enjoy his relationship with a woman like outside of simply having sex with her.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I think those are the reasons why he would maybe commit his time to this woman and say, yo, I want to build a life with her. I don't think it's like, yo, I want to build a life with throat goat over here. Like I don't think that's like
I've never met
priority.
a man that married any woman based off of just the way she had sex.
But yeah, like I don't think that's the majority of guys thinking when they want to be with a woman.
But like, remember, in the context of what she was also saying, he also specified, like, I'm assuming that like more well-to-do men in the context of the conversation.
I don't think it changes just because you have money. I think the only thing...
I think it does, 100%.
No, I think this is really how most guys view things. I think most of us would like to have sex with a variety of women, and then there's like one woman that like we like and like we'd prefer to have like a relationship and kids with her if given the option. Now, obviously, we know that not every man has the option to have all of these women, so it's like the first woman that comes by, he might hold on to her for dear life. You know what I mean? And so maybe he's living with more scarcity. But the average guy, before he got married, he probably had a couple other options. He chose this one because he liked her. It worked out. You know what I mean? I don't think that just because you have money, all of a sudden you're like, nah, I need to go find all the women on Pornhub. I need to go find all the Instagram models and like.
No, but I think that a lot of people act on that. So if you
I don't think they're seeking to marry those women though. They're like, I'm going to go enjoy the lustful experience. Lust. Now that I have these options, I'm going to enjoy. I have options for lust. Most people don't have a bunch of options for love.
Yeah, but
I don't think that it really.
I don't even.
They might get it confused sometimes.
I don't even think a lot of people.
Some people do.
I don't think most people have options for lust either. I just don't think like most people have an abundance of options. Okay.
I think even a wealthy man, though, he'll have more options for lust, but he won't necessarily have like, I don't know, developing a connection with somebody is like...
It's easier for them to find lust than love.
Yeah. And I don't think they're formulating like marriages solely based on the lustful characteristics that this
Definitely
woman
not.
You're going to tell me that
provides.
there's men that haven't married a woman just because she's beautiful?
I don't think it's the majority.
I think a lot of men do that, especially the more, and I think the higher
like, so she doesn't do anything else significant in his mind. She just looks good, so when he gets home, he can fuck her
that's what I
for
see
the rest
from
of his life. That's the only thing.
The thing is, like, check me if I'm wrong, but I see a lot of these successful people or these icons, and especially the red pill way of thinking, right? Like, you see a lot of these successful men that identify with the red pill ideologies, and largely a lot of them aren't in healthy, long-standing relationships. A lot of these people, like, especially with like Myron's whole narrative, like, yo, fam, he's telling you why they deserve less. Like, it's funny to me, especially like as you climb up in status, he's basically like minusculing or putting everything that a woman's good for in like a tiny, he just repressing it, downplaying it, saying, yo, they don't deserve much because they don't do that much for you. I'm a man that does everything. And I think I don't think that's
the premise of his book.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I see that a lot in the red pills. That, fam, like, even Dan Bilzerian and fucking, I'm just thinking of men who are like,
but even Dan Bilzerian said, yo, he got tired of having all these bitches around him. He wants a woman, bro.
Yeah, he wants some love, bro.
So that's what I'm trying to say, fam. He's not trying to build a life on all these bitches he was fucking.
You can only have so much
He
lust.
had all of that, and he said, yo, buddy, I got tired of it. I want someone that like I actually give a fuck about. So if sex was it's like, even to your example, bro, he wants more than just some sex out of a woman.
Well, it was presented. I didn't know he was getting emotional like this. All I was thinking
because
was
I'm saying
presented.
people are only going to show you the surface level entertaining shit.
Man, this is what on his yacht crying.
Yeah, like nobody wants to see Dan Bilzerian get married for the past 10 years. That wouldn't be the content that would push his page forward. Like that, it's him being a rich guy with a bunch of bitches.
Yeah, and I think that's the narrative that we see a lot. It's hedonistic, but nonetheless, it's what's being pushed a lot. But look at the Andrew Tates and whatnot. Like, fam, like Andrew Tate, he has influence over a lot of men, right?
But even this guy said he has a woman and kids.
Does he? I have no idea.
Yes,
he does,
that's
and
what
he
I'm trying
takes
to
pride.
say, fam.
And he takes pride in that. That's why he speaks
the
like
man
that.
only taking the viral clips. Like, you have to take in what these people are saying.
Have you guys seen his wife?
No, he keeps that private. He said that,
bro,
but he said, I have youths and I have a woman, bro.
That's why he talks about relationships and like being
and multiple times
like
I heard the man say, yo, fam, I had bare bitches before. I don't even give a fuck. I'd rather have myself a woman that I love. He said that on
the one that's not accessible like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just Googled it. It says Andrew Tate is not married. He does not have a wife. While he has spoken about his views on relationships and masculinity,
I said he has a woman. I didn't say whether he formally married her, but he has a woman and kids. That's what he said.
I thought he had a wife.
And he said he keeps their identity private. I think the bro has kids too.
Yeah, there's nothing to find about his girl.
Myron has a girlfriend. He been had a shorty for like a couple years. And Dan Bilzerian said he doesn't really give a fuck about all these bitches anymore.
Tired.
Beer man want an actual
at the end of the
connection.
day, people want connection, but I still feel like, bro, there is a large group of people that are operate a relationship through the lens of lust, bro.
I don't think they're marrying.
I don't think they're majority. Yeah, and I don't think they're the majority of men, and I don't think when they marry, for the most part, men are marrying because she's really good in bed. I think he's like, yo, I want to enjoy my time with her. Now you have some guys of higher status that like are older in age. You see some of these like what is it, Bill Belichick or whatever? Was it the football coach or one of the owners in the NFL? This guy's with like a 24-year-old woman, and she's there like batting this guy up, like not batting him up, but like they're in an interview, and she's saying he's not answering that. We're not answering that. She's on the sidelines interrupting the interview. You know, I can say that guy is obviously there out of desperation. He's old and he wants someone to like him, and she's playing the role. You know what I mean? And usually in that environment, the only women that they have access to are like the supermodels, the gold diggers. That's what's in their immediate environment. For like a retirement age man to go out and find himself a woman, especially when he's rich and has status,
he's nervous.
That shit's tough, bro.
Yeah, he's nervous.
Like
Everybody
at
got
Paul
something.
Pierce's age, like bro, it's not that bad. You probably could have, like your whole life could have found someone that loves you, but you keep leading with your wallet. You
got no game.
Yeah, you walk out with your money and then you're shocked that that's all that they want from you. Talking about, yo, I bought her a Bentley. I only had to pay her rent. Obviously, she rates me more. Fam, that's a wild way to look at things.
Definitely is a wild way to look at things. And if you want love, don't lead like that.
Nah.
Move forward. Anyone have any other topics they would like to get off before I proceed to Quickfyre?
Yo, just fire quick still.
All right, man. Would you rather? Oh, sorry, Quickfire. The order's gonna be Mitch then Cuz. You ready? Would you rather live a life without peanut butter or jelly?
Without jelly.
Jelly.
Me too. Would you rather eat a bowl of sunflower seed shells or a bowl of watermelon rind?
Damn. Probably the rind.
Yeah,
there's still some nutrients in there.
There's citrus.
I don't like sunflower seeds, so.
That's why you got the
getting the
shells.
seeds. You're getting the shells.
You're getting the shells.
I don't
Bro.
even like sunflower like that.
It's crazy. Sunflower seed shells taste like mushrooms. Would you rather bathe with dish soap or do dishes with body wash?
Holy, this is a
That's
funny
crazy,
question.
for real.
In hard times, both have been done. Real shit. Keep it going, though.
You go first. I wasn't even.
Bro,
ready.
just keep it going, bro.
Yo, buddy, I'm gonna wash the dishes with fucking body wash, bro. Dish soap is dry.
No, what do you,
Squeaky
What did you prefer?
I don't even want to be that clean.
You've done both. What did you prefer?
Dishes with the body soap.
All right.
Yeah.
You're-
Using dish soap in the shower, you're gonna come out light skin, fam.
Yo, Don in the soap in the shower is crazy.
Because doesn't have no dishwasher. Would you rather live the rest of your life in third person going forward or develop a super heavy Chinese accent out of nowhere?
What the fuck is third person? How I'm living in third person?
You get to, like your whole. You see yourself from
How
like the third
sick is
person.
my
fam.
Chinese?
You ever play Grand Theft Auto?
I'm gonna just have the accent, bro. Why would I see, like, what am I on mushrooms or some shit? Like, I just imagine there's some kind of psychedelics that make
Saying
people
you're
feel
Mitch
that
Lee?
way. I'm Mitch Lee still.
Mr. Miyagi.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I like that Miyagi still.
What are you doing? Third person or speaking in a heavy Chinese accent? Hello, would you like to place the order paprika?
Yeah, I'm Chinese.
I'm not gonna lie, I'll do the third person. It's fine.
You be on mushrooms.
Yeah, he's already living in
You're
third
already
person.
living like that.
Fine. You guys are crazy. Would you rather have a toilet that sobs quietly after you poop in it or one that loudly demands for more?
Yeah. Yo.
This is insane.
I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy.
The second option still.
This guy's doing mushrooms and playing fantastic.
I'm doing the second option
I have no
still.
time for this. The second one.
The second one's funny still.
You want the toilet? More doo doo.
Brace myself.
That's crazy. Yeah, I just don't want anything crying in my house. That just feels weird.
Shut up, nigga.
Yeah, I have an emotional toilet. I don't want that.
Just an abusive toilet owner. I feel you. Would you rather lose an arm or a leg?
That's a hell of a question.
Shit, Lieutenant Dang, eh? Crazy.
That's a E-dot thing.
Quinty Kinte over here.
Arm or leg. Jesus.
You're a soccer man. You need those
probably
legs.
an arm.
Yeah, see, he
Probably
needs
an
those legs.
Which arm?
Left one, I guess. I'm right-handed.
All right.
Yeah,
It's gonna be hard to wear that watch.
You're cropped either way, bro. Like, or arm, you're like,
Somebody put it on for me.
oh my God.
Yo, I'm gonna have to use the arm still. The leg is bugging though.
You know what's crazy? You could probably go more places unnoticed with the leg. Just walking might be a little.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to walk, but I can always wear a hoodie. And then, like, you know?
Nah,
you can cover the leg easier. It's just like,
Yeah,
I don't know, life without the, like, not being able to walk and shit properly.
Nah, I'll probably do the leg and just rest my nub. Take off my little color prostate. I'll do the leg, fam. Yo, your art. Yeah. Especially,
Bro,
especially if
y'all
you're doing
need to-
sex and you just got a little leg, fam. It's freaky leg. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you came here
I
for,
didn't
eh?
even get there.
She came here for this, like.
She came for this one. Eh?
Really. She about to get knocked down.
Would you rather gain an extra finger or an extra toe?
So,
Toe.
Word. Would you rather step in a puddle with socks on or wet your sleeves while washing your hands?
wet my sleeves.
They're wet.
Yeah. Walking in a puddle with socks on is wild.
What made you think of that one?
Inconveniences.
Try to get
This
ringworm,
guy's
bro.
day is different.
Good.
What's the next one?
But you didn't answer. Are you gonna step?
I did. I said wet sleeves. This guy.
I
Both said wet sleeves.
I heard ringworm a bunch of times.
Nah, I just said that's what the wet socks is in the
So
puddle.
man, want to do wet sleeves? That's the worst. Though. That one sucks. Would you rather cry every time you find something funny or laugh every time you find something sad?
Can't do both sometimes, anyway.
Shit.
Yeah, you're just inappropriate no matter where you go.
What am I crying for?
Probably just laugh when I find something. I'm not that sad.
Just don't bring this nigga to no funerals. Won't bring this nigga to no, nothing serious, no court dates, nothing.
Yeah.
Life in prison, nigga. That's my fault.
I might have to join him with the laughter still.
Yeah, just there crying. For
Yeah. What about him so sad for?
Yeah,
Things are funny.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Man, we have beer jokes, yeah?
Nah, I can't live like that.
Would you rather be in jail for 5 years or in a coma for a decade?
In jail.
But take that 5-piece.
Yeah, at least I'm awake, fam. I'm
A
still in
decade?
the world.
Fam, a decade, a
Still
lot.
call and try
Yeah.
and manage my life for when I free up, you know?
I'm still here, eh?
I'm paid for 10 years. Like, buddy, they just went by?
I wake
Not
up.
a phone call, not a nothing. Like,
My
bro,
body's looking like
yes.
Mr. Burns.
Yeah.
Like, what am I dealing with?
Me in jail getting right, fam. You're in the bed just shriveling up. Like,
I don't even like how bad, bro. I'm getting strong.
Wait,
in jail.
what are you doing?
yeah, like, what the fuck? Like,
What are you? You're just gonna chill on the bed for 10
yeah, you're
years?
just kidding like this for 10. Yo, mere people could have dead
the
all type of
craziest thing
shit, fam.
is
Like,
the one I'm in-
Nigga,
Imagine being in the video. How's this nigga? Yo, he's still in the coma.
can't mean no, bro. Yeah, I freed
I'm
up. I
checking
have
for
5
you.
years on you.
I'm checking for you.
Yeah,
My 5 years of freedom, I've mere things
Yo,
gone, and
but bitch-
after 10 years, you're just
But
there.
bitch,
Like
yo,
this.
realistically, you're in the coma. I'm in the bin. I'm actually checking on you. Is my boy good though? Did he wake up? Like I'd be
bro,
checking on you. You're not gonna check on me.
I'm sleeping, cuz.
Bro, checking on this guy. He's kid, fam. Like, what the fuck?
Ask the people how we did. His family.
I ain't asking this guy, bro.
All right, man. All right, bro. Would you rather lose your sight or your memories?
How much memories?
All of them, nigga.
back? So then, what? Every day, I just don't know what the fuck happened yesterday. Like, how far
No,
we
no,
going
no,
with
no,
this
no.
shit?
I mean, like, up until this point in life. Lose your sight going forward tomorrow or lose your memories
My
behind
memories,
you.
bro. Fuck it.
Memories can't lose sight. That's
Sight's
crazy.
crazy.
You gotta lose those
Man,
memories.
we're doing so
future.
blessed now.
Future looks dark.
I was just
What the
seeing
fuck?
things so well the other day. What happened?
Yeah, it's over with.
And that's all I got for Quickfyre, man.
Crazy.
Does anybody have anything they would like to say to the audience or get off on their chest or any final words for the public?
Yo, honestly, I feel like people need to stop like pretending that they're so tough still. Everybody has feelings. You're a human being. You want somebody to rate you. Stop acting like you don't. Everything's not about sex and money at the end of the day. Like when you're alone, you're not buying nothing, you're in the crib. You want someone who you can spend your time with that rates you.
Go
for
beat some
you.
tears.
You know? So stop.
Go
I
beat
don't
some
know.
tears and laughter, man. Stop focusing
Yeah,
about
stop
sex and
pretending
money.
to be something greater than a human being. It's stupid.
I agree. I don't think that anybody should just marry because the pussy's fire. That's wild. You're just leading with your dick right here.
What if you like the shorty so much, but the pussy's whack? Like, you guys get along, she's a perfect mother, everything's booming.
I feel like that's more of a still kind of a suitable relationship though.
so
We can
you're
work
okay.
on
You're
that.
just- no,
And
there's
what's
no
the
working on
pussy
it.
was whack? Like aside from playing quick fire questions in like a realistic scenario,
It
what,
doesn't
like,
get-
what is wrong with her vagina? What are you
It do-
talking about?
It's gaping, but doesn't get wet.
That's insane.
That's crazy. And
You
she
said it's not even real life, bro. Like, why am I giving reil life answers to dumbass questions?
You're acting like bitches don't like.
So wait, her pussy
How
just big?
common
her
is that?
pu-
Like,
her pussy
yeah.
is just big and she's perfect and everything
She's
else.
got a deep dish pussy.
Yo,
that
it's
doesn't
like
get
you're
wet.
like the next question you ask, like, yo, she's the perfect woman, but she's missing a leg. Like, fam, this is not something that we have to deal with by and large.
So you know,
when quick fire is over, it's like, yo, that's not happening.
How about this? Everything's blessed. She just got the pastrami sandwich thing going in.
How pastrami we talking about?
It's the RB special, fam. Just beer.
Roast beef?
Yo, I don't know. That sounds crazy. Again, that's not common. Like, I haven't come across this.
You act
roast
like there's
beef.
people not living with the roast
Bro,
beef.
I haven't come across this to the point where I'm like, yo, buddy, I can't go back over there. There's too much beef. That hasn't happened to me.
Okay, perfect
So I'm
woman.
gonna assume
Okay,
if
how
I
about this?
came
How about
across
this?
it, I'm probably gonna be like, I'll pass.
More realistic, because I'm sure that you've come across this in your lifetime, maybe once.
All right.
She's got the froze.
Oh no, she gotta go. It's over with. We're not making it to the
Perfect
point
woman.
of she's not
Perfect-
perfect.
You're
Why you
not
smell
perfect.
bad?
Yeah,
She's
you're
frozen.
not.
That's what I'm saying. These caveats
You're
make
not
it not
perfect.
realistic because she wouldn't qualify as perfect.
Yeah.
If the first time I have sex with you, my head goes back like this. Yo, fam, it's over with. We're not
didn't even
making
have
it to the
sex yet.
point
We
of
didn't even have
love.
sex.
I'm not talking to you
What
anymore.
if she got frowsy 2 years into dating?
Why? Who you fucking?
She developed
Who you
pH
fucking?
level changed. She
All right.
developed something. You
Develop-
love this woman.
Is it something we could alleviate, or is the rest of her life like this?
It happens every third
Bro, how
week in the
does
month.
pH change? Hold
Every
up,
third
hold up,
week of the
hold up.
month? What the fuck?
Yeah, she
No.
just has a week where she smells a little like metallic.
No, what?
Yo, fam, honestly,
I've been
we're done quickfire. I'm not answering these questions anymore, bro. Because this is not even
that means
realistic.
Nah. She's fucking around.
She's
if that's
iron
it.
deficient.
Nah, she's.
Yo, we were supposed to end the show on like
Yeah.
some logical like sentiments, bro. Like, yo, wrap this up with something meaningful to say. Yo, what if her pum pum's this wide, fam? What are you gonna
And
do?
roast
Like, bro,
beef.
that's what I'm done in the
She got-
show on, bro.
She got pastrami lips.
Like, what are we
The hell?
talking about, fam?
Bro.
All of this is just like, no, it's not happening.
Now I gotta talk to my girl at the Montreal Deli. Like, what
She's
the fuck
built
going
like
on?
this, and she smells bad, but somehow she's the perfect woman. How the fuck's that even real? You don't get all of this and be perfect. That's not what perfection is.
She has a big soul
No.
and hole. You know what I mean?
We're gonna pass.
There's a lot for you to fill up over there, man.
No. We're gonna go ahead and pass.
A lot for you to fill up. You know what I mean?
You didn't want to end nothing righteous, bro.
Yeah.
You didn't
You want to end it on complete fucking, bro. Complete,
Do
bro.
you have righteous words for the people?
Why? What does it matter?
Just so you can tarnish them.
I actually said some things, bro.
What did you say?
I can't remember. We'll see
You
it
weren't
later.
things then.
Yeah, don't marry
Yeah.
for the lust, fam. And then you went into the pastrami pussy.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, hold on a minute, bro. Like, what was the point in asking me that then? Provide something of value so I can shit on it.
That's nice words for the audience. No.
All right, well, you heard it here first, audience. Make sure you go to Arby's. Make sure you like, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell at the top for notifications every time we drop. And yo, subscribe to us on Patreon. Why? Yo, support the man them.
Support us.
Zin.
Allah.
Get them tracksuits.
It's your boy X, RIPMX on everything social.
Castro Nero 88 on Instagram.
Money Mitch, 54X Mitch on Instagram.
And we are on Common Sense. Peace. We out.
Mm-hmm.